Hello and welcome. Now, we know how much you really love your Pilates and we don't want you to miss a single exercise. So, guess what? We're going to bring you a complete Pilates session together with a stretching and an extra bonus relaxation session so that you can continue the good work right from the comfort of your home. So, if you're ready, let's get started. Okay, now if you've worked with me before, you'll know that one of the most important and perhaps surprising principles that we're going to use is the need to relax. That's right. Because for most of us, there is way too much resistance in the body. We're talking neck, shoulders, back, hips, glutes. We need to relax those muscles so that we can get maximum traction, force and support from the core. Now remember, those muscles are invisible. You can't see them, but you can feel the effects. The second thing I'm going to remind you about is that it's very, very important you have no pain. Is that okay? I'm talking about the joints, whether it's the ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, but particularly down here in the lower back, in the lumbar region. This is the rule. If your lower back feels tense, uncomfortable, or even painful, just stop right away. It's just a question of whether you're really using the deep core muscles or whether you've released them and the back's taken over. If your back feels uncomfortable, you take a break. Parts of your body are going to feel these exercises. It's exercise. Your body's supposed to feel it. But don't be surprised if you don't feel such a strong reaction from the core. Remember, these are super tough muscles and they don't burn. They don't give you that lactic acid burn that you get from the legs or the shoulders when you're working out. But one of the sure signs that we use in the core is those muscles are going to shake. We're going to make them vibrate, we're going to make them tremble, and that's a really good indication you're putting them under pressure. The other thing I'm going to do with you today is make sure those muscles are taking almost all of the pressure, which should allow you to relax the rest of the body. You also need to breathe, but I think you knew that already. So, if we're going to enjoy this workout, how do we usually start? With some simple stretching, because the big secret in Pilates is that flexibility is the real key. So let's see if we can do a little bit of work to improve your natural suppleness. Are you ready? Okay, we're going to start with some stretches. Remember, the most important thing is to relax. I like to start with the feet just underneath the hips. And one of the best ways for you to detect whether your posture is good is that your body feels lighter. Strange, huh? Because we carry so much stress, tension and pressure, head, neck, back, shoulders, but the body tends to feel very heavy. But if we think about the natural way for you to hold yourself, when you relax, when you release the shoulders, when you get into neutral spine, where we gently rotate the pelvis, remember we're pulling in very gently on the belt line, but releasing the back, the glutes and the hips, the body suddenly feels more naturally aligned, and then it feels lighter. And if we've worked together, you know that I tend to encourage people to bring the ribs forwards just a couple of millimeters. So instead of leaning backwards, which is how most people seem to stand these days, with the head too far forwards, we can rotate the pelvis, gentle engagement, especially here. And I'm going to talk about these muscles again in a few minutes. Release the back, release the glutes, bring the ribs forwards a fraction, suddenly the weight has gone into the core muscles and you just feel lighter. This is a really good indication of progress. So, as with everything, let's do this gently. I'm going to start taking a gentle breath in. That's always going to feel good. Open the ribs and let your hands float out to the sides. Oh, that feels good. Now, I want you to keep that little bit of pressure in the abdomen. And if you've been practicing with me for a while, you'll know that it's possible to bring the ribs a little closer as well. Doesn't affect your breathing, doesn't affect the voice, but it helps you to create this beautiful sense of stretching. And do you know what I'd like you to do now? Let's go further. Just keep pushing those fingertips, those hands, those arms a little bit further. You might hear or feel a little click, a little release around the neck, around the upper back, but it feels good. And because the ribs are gently moving together, you can feel this stretch across the pectoral muscles, across the ribs, right down into those abdominal muscles. From here, let's just bring the hands up towards the ceiling. Now, some people like to bring the shoulders into the ears. I'm one of them. And it usually clicks or pops, but it's painless and it feels really comfortable. I'm going to join my hands together, push those palms very gently up to the ceiling, and I've got an extra tip for you. I want you to relax the knees and the glutes. Keep the pelvis gently rotated because I want this stretch to really impact between the belt line and your rib cage. So what you do is you're gently pulling the abs in, you're stretching up so carefully, but I want you to lift up the ribs. And you know the key place? You know where it is. It's here, along the line of the obliques, especially getting those internal obliques to really function. This is where the attachment points are for the major muscles we're going to be playing with. The more we can get them to work, the less pressure and tension you'll have in the back. So this is a really great way to start the day. It's a great way for us to stretch. I'm going to put my head on the shoulder. I'm not going to fall asleep. I'm going to very gently relax. Now I'm still talking, but I imagine you're breathing out, pulling the abs in, and you're relaxing. Now what I'd love you to be able to do, and this is hard if you're on your own, but I want you to try and keep your hips lined up and your shoulders lined up so you're not twisting the body, you're not bending forwards or backwards. Everything is in alignment, and that keeps the whole position much more effectively aligned. And you know what I want you to do now? Yes, keep breathing, but also just gently push the hands away from the top of the head. Feels good. So we're opening up through the ribs, through the waist. It's going all the way down to my hip. And to make the stretch truly worthwhile, we just nudge the pelvis a couple of millimeters in the opposite direction. You are now officially stretching. Super carefully, let's reverse that process. Hips back, relax the arms, gently bring the body back to the start position. Relax those legs, rotate the pelvis, lift the ribs, head on the shoulder for comfort. I nearly fell asleep then, it's so relaxing. Bring the body gently over. Do you remember the two sides are different? Of course they are. What I'm going to do is just gently push the hands away, feels good. Push the hips over a little bit, not too far, no pain, no strain, and then we'll bring the hips back, relax the arms, and then we're going to move into phase 2. What's that, Greg? I'm going to open up your shoulders. Let's see how it feels. Knees are relaxed, pelvis gently rotated. If you can, lift your ribs a little, but relax the shoulders. Did you get that? Lift the ribs, relax the shoulders. Keep the derriere relaxed. I'm coming to check. Turn the palms towards the front and just extend the fingertips and very carefully move the hands backwards. Now, if you've been sitting for a while, or if you've been very naughty and neglecting your stretching, this is when you might hear or feel a click or release in the upper back. It feels good. The next part is a little more challenging, but hey, that's why you're here. We're going to bring the hands up just to this level. I know you're tempted to shout out, "Praise Pilates!" Looks like an act of religious devotion, doesn't it? But I want you to pull the abs in, relax the derriere, and carefully just move the hands back a little bit. What are we doing? Well, we're trying to stretch these pectoral muscles very gently, very carefully, because we tend to spend most of our life like this. And I'm using these exercises to open up the chest and shoulders. It feels good. Psychologically, it's very powerful. You just moved from this hunched and bunched defensive position to this wildly open position where you feel like you're ready to invade another planet. Now I'm going to match this position with its opposite by bringing the hands just a little bit below the shoulders, pulling the abs in, relax those derriere muscles, push the fingertips away, and very carefully bring the arms backwards. Oh, that feels good. If you feel like it, you can squeeze the shoulder blades gently together. That's a place where people hold a lot of residual tension. It should feel comfortable. We've opened up the upper body. Are we ready to do some exercise? You look ready. I'm ready. Let's release. Now it's time for us to get down onto the floor. So we're going to stand in a very comfortable position. We just relax those knees, neutral spine always, to make sure the pressure's in the core, not in the back. And all I have to do is pull the tummy in, drop the chin. I'm going to use my hands just to give a little bit of support as I move the arms down the leg. I can bend the knees. Once I can touch the floor, I'll walk the hands forwards, lift up the heels, gently put the knees down. Knees about as wide as the shoulders. Then the toes are touching. We just very gently sit down onto the heels and be super careful to make sure the knees are always comfortable. Do you know what I'd like to do here? I'm going to stay down for a few moments and just breathe. I want you to feel what it's like to open up the rib cage, but also I'd like you to breathe with the muscles between your shoulder blades. Have you ever done that before? It feels like you're breathing with the chest and the back. Deeper, stronger, more powerful breath. See how it feels to hold the breath just for a heartbeat? And then breathe out all the way. Go on, empty those lungs. Remember, breathing is the most powerful way for you to detox your body because you're breathing all the time. Now you're going to need about 3 or 4 deep breaths. And then, as a very special treat, just for you, we're going to do some push-ups. Are you ready? I know how much you like these. So let's get into position. What I'd like to do is get my hands a little bit wider than the shoulders. Then I'm going to bring my hands forwards a little bit in front of the line of the shoulders. I want those fingers and thumbs nice and wide to reduce any pressure on the wrist. Back the neck is nice and long. I'm going to bring my shoulders forwards till they're lined up with the hands. I'm going to rotate the pelvis, get rid of that curve in the lower back. Pick up my feet, cross the ankles. We're going to breathe out, pull the abs in, and I want you to bring your face, your chest and tummy towards the ground all at the same time, and just stay there for me for 3, for 2, for 1. Gently push up, move back a little bit. We're going to breathe out. We're going to do it again. So we're pulling the abs in. Ooh, I'm moving forward. The shoulders are lined up with the hands. Going to bring it down for 3. Just stay with me for 2, for 1. Carefully pushing back up. Move back to take the pressure off your shoulders. Feels good. Going to breathe out, pulling the abs in. Get the pressure and support from the abdomen. I'm going to float down for 3, for 2, for 1. Pushing back up, release the shoulders. Is this too easy for you? I know. Let's move forwards, pull the abs in, relax the glutes. Down for 3, down for 2, down for 1. Pushing back up, releasing. Come on, let's do it again. Let's pull those abs in, just floating down for 3, for 2, for 1. Pushing back up. We've got a nice rhythm here. I want to keep going. I know you can do this. Gently down. Abs are in for 3, and 2, and 1. Pushing back up. Are you okay for another 2? Come on, let's do it. Let's breathe out, pull the abs in. Down for 3, for 2, for 1. Pushing back up. Can I do one more? Sure we can. Same as before. Let's get down and hold it for 5. For 4. What comes next? For 3. For 2. For 1. Push back up, uncross the ankles, put the feet down, and take a break. Ooh, that feels good. Now when you're down in that position, I want you to take maybe 4, 5, even 6 deep breaths. You need to oxygenate the body. You need to breathe out deeply to detox. And you know, if you've worked with me, that we usually do these push-ups in matching pairs. So the next set of push-ups are for the triceps, those muscles at the back of the arm. I get more emails about the triceps than any other exercise because people tend to get a little bit worried about building cellulite here. This is your cure. So we want to be absolutely careful with the wrists, with the elbows and the shoulders. No pain at all. We're going to use this pretty similar principle to the method we just used with the first set of press-ups, but we're going to make it slightly more challenging for you. Now, with the hands on the floor, what we need to do is bring those thumbs together till they touch. I always encourage you to keep the fingers and thumbs wide. Yeah, it reduces pressure on the wrists. We turn the fingers to the outside. See what happens? The elbows turn towards the inside. I want to keep those elbows super close to my ribs. But to make it really challenging, you need to pull those thumbs back to the closer to your knees. In fact, I'd like your thumbs right underneath the center of your chest, right underneath the sternum. That's going to put a lot of pressure into your triceps. But that's what the exercise is for. So if we're in this position, ooh, that looks good. We're going to lift up the feet, cross the ankles, pull the tummy in, keep the neck nice and relaxed, pull the tummy in. Just gently, you bring the head, the chest and abdomen towards the ground, all at the same time. Just there for 3, just for 2, for 1, and pushing back up. See how I move back a little bit, take the pressure off the joints, tummy in, down for 3, down for 2, down for 1, pushing back up. So you see I'm putting a lot of weight and pressure into the triceps for 3, for 2, for 1, but I'm doing it on the knees to minimize the use of my lower back. That makes it a little bit safer. Just for 3, for 2, for 1. Pushing back up. Do you want to do it again? Of course you do. This is too easy. Gently down, not too far, for 3, for 2, for 1. You don't need to bring the ribs so close to the wrists for this to work. So just judge how far is appropriate for you for 3, for 2, for 1. I bet you can feel it now. I've got 2 more. If you'd like to enjoy these, feel free. Here they come. Just for 3, just for 2, just for 1. Pushing back up. The last one, I'm taking it out the box. I'm unwrapping it. Here we go. For 5. Can you hold it with me for 4? Can you hold it for 3? Triceps under pressure for 2. For 1. We're going to push back up, put the feet down, and take a break. Now I want you to stretch the arms out, bring the elbows and shoulders a little bit closer to the ground, and just release all of that pressure. Very good. You just had a really good upper body workout, which means we're probably ready to work directly with the abdominal muscles. Should we step into the next phase? Let's do it. Hey, here we are sitting down on the floor. It doesn't get more comfortable than this. Once again, for those who've worked out with me, you know that I'm very, very keen to encourage you to change the way you sit. And this takes a little bit of practice. But what I'd love you to be able to do is to very gently relax the legs and bring your ribs forwards and up, just a few millimeters. Do you know what I've just done? I've moved my weight off the derriere and onto these points at the top of the legs we call the sitting bones. Well, you're looking at me saying, well, so what? But when I move from here to here, I move all the weight away from my back, neck, head and shoulders. And suddenly I'm sitting with the weight in the core. The body feels lighter and there's no pressure in the head, neck, back or shoulders. What a super and, may I say, natural way for you to sit. So much more relaxed, minimal back strain. I'm going to use this position just to do a little stretch. It's very easy. We'll just extend the hands. That's a good excuse to breathe in. And as you breathe out, we're going to lift the hands, we're going to lift the ribs, we're going to pull the tummy in towards the spine, relax the legs, and make a super gentle stretch just as far along the legs as you feel comfortable. Remember, when you're stretching, we must never force the body. No bouncing, no jumping up and down, just one move as you breathe out. Relax. And this stretch isn't for the legs. No, we're targeting the lower back. That's pretty much the key to everything. When we unlock the stress, tension, resistance in the lower back, everything else stretches as naturally as it can be. If you want to go a little further, feel free to gently pull the toes back, but see if you can keep those thigh muscles relaxed, and it just helps to extend the stretch a little bit further. Can we do some work now? You bet. We're going to release the feet, bring the body back up. I'm going to leave my legs out front. You might feel it more comfortable to have the legs just lined up with the hips. I'm going to extend my hands. That's easy. Here's a challenge. The arms have been lifted, but I want the neck and the shoulders relaxed. Why is that, Greg? Good question. It's because the power you need, the power you're going to use, is below the ribs. So what I'm going to do next is really, really important. We're going to rotate the pelvis, still using neutral spine, pulling the tummy in on the belt line, squeezing in from the sides, bringing your ribs down. My lower back is curving gently, and this is the most important principle for you. If you have any strain, tension or discomfort in the lower back, you just stop right away. We cool with that? The deep abs have developed to do everything. They can do this forever. Your back can't. So we want all the power coming from here, rest of the body is pretty relaxed. So sometimes it's helpful to remember that perhaps we've got a circle on the abdomen. We want to make that circle smaller, pulling everything towards the middle, and then we pull the circle in towards the spine. Comfortable? Okay, what I want you to do is just gently bring the ribs a little lower, start to lean back a little further until it really feels as if your abs are holding all the pressure. Now, one of the signatures that we're waiting for in this position is a very distinctive shaking, a vibration in the abdomen. That's a good sign. I'd like to add that if your legs start to tense up, that's usually a sign you're still using your back. So either come forwards a little bit or pull the abs in more deeply or both. But we should be able to hold this position. We can talk, we can drink a cup of coffee, eat a slice of pizza. Nothing is impaired. The core is working. But remember, if you've got that shaking, that's a really good sign we're using the right kind of muscles. My legs are totally relaxed. That means my back is not engaged. And did you think this was the exercise? No. This is just the preparation. What I'm going to do is hold the body here. Have you got your chin down? See if you can lift the chin up a little bit to move the weight of your head away from the neck, trapezius, and shoulders. Where does it go? In here, right where it belongs. What I'm going to do is very slowly, gently take my hands out to the sides. Did you see what I just did then? I've just added the weight of the arms across my ribs into here. That's where the weight of the arms, the shoulders, the upper body really belongs. Feeling comfortable? You know you still have to breathe. We're going to make some circles with the arms. Check it out. Now I need to bring my hands up, down and around. It's so easy, just little circles. You might want to breathe as well. I'm at 2 and 3. Can you feel these muscles reacting? Just a little bit. 4, legs relaxed. And 5. Can I do a couple more? 6. Just 2 more for this beautiful day. 7. Last one coming up. And then we're going to change direction. I'm just using the weight of the arms, but it is surprisingly effective, isn't it? I can see you nodding. 7. You don't need weights. 6. Just the weight of the arms. 5. Are you smiling? 4. Are you breathing? 3. Are you enjoying this? 2. This is too much fun, isn't it? 1, and hold it. What I'd like to do is bring the arms very gently up. Now I'm going to breathe out, pull the abs in a little more deeply. Push the hands, the shoulders, the ribs high. I'm unlocking my back, legs are loose. We're going to breathe out, pull the abs in, make one slow, gentle, easy stretch along the legs and relax. Oh, can I ask you something? Are you reaching a little bit further than before? If you're not reaching further, don't worry, we'll just do the last exercise again. But if you are reaching further, that's a really good sign of progress. One of the best ways to chart your progress is with the increased level of flexibility. And people are still surprised. They switch on the deep abs and suddenly the back releases, delivering a greater level of natural flexibility. And you need to breathe, let the body recover. And then we're going to do something a little bit more fun. Are you ready? You look ready. Okay, guys, we're going to bend the knees. You can leave the heels or the feet on the floor. I don't mind. Don't bring the feet too close. Let's keep them just here for comfort. From here, I'm going to lift those hands again. Hello. Now I'm going to rotate the pelvis. Squeeze in your obliques. Bring the ribs down. So I've got maximum pressure from those muscles. But you know the cool thing is, everything else is relaxed. Now I'm going to get into a slightly challenging position because as I pull the tummy in, I need to bring the ribs a little lower, get more compression from the abs. As I curl down, my fingertips are just above the knees. I don't know if you can see this, my beard is relaxed, my neck, the trapezius and shoulder muscles are relaxed, and all the weight of this exercise, it's in the core. If you're doing this the way that nature intended, you might feel that tension, that stress, that vibration in the abdomen. But your back feels absolutely relaxed. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to breathe out, pull the abs in a little deeper, just lift the hands. Wow! You want to shout, praise Pilates again, don't you? And then gently breathing in, I bring the hands down. I'm just using the weight of the arms, weight of the hands, breathing out. Lifting the chin, putting all that weight and pressure right into the core and releasing. My legs are in neutral. I am not using my legs. I almost detach them, left them in the corner. Squeeze, finish. Feel it shaking. That's a good reaction. Can I do a couple more? Yeah, a couple more. You look so enthusiastic when you're doing this. Lifting up. Oh, don't worry. We're not finished. You've got some more to do. Just breathe out, squeeze, lock and load, lift and hold. Feel the force. And we're going to do one more. Are you ready? Just lifting up. I've been in classes where people have used weights. I'm not keen to use weights because it can put too much strain on the shoulders and back, but the arms are enough. Can we do the next one straight away? Of course we can. Check it out. Arms out to the sides. This is a little bit more challenging. No strain in the back. Breathe out. Pull the arms back. I'm talking 10, 15 centimeters. Lock and squeeze. Just for 3, for 2, for 1. Turn the hands over. Bring the arms up. Hello. I'm waving at you. We're going to bring the hands down, palms down. Breathe out. Body doesn't move, just the arms and squeeze. And you get that fantastic reaction from the abs. You good? Yeah. Turn the hands over. Bring the hands up. Can I do 2 more? I think so. Let's bring the hands out, just using the abs. We go backwards. Oh my goodness, this is so incredible. Gonna turn the hands over. Bring it up. Can we do one more? I know you want to do one more. Here we go. Just to the outside. Breathe out. Super squeeze. Hands are going back. I'm going to stay here for 5, for 4. What comes next? 3, and 2, and 1. Turn the hands over. Bring the arms up. Just like before, push the hands, the arms, the shoulders, the chest to the vertical position. Extend the legs. Lift the body to the vertical position. We're going to breathe out and make that beautiful, easy, long stretch. Oh my goodness! Are you reaching further than before? Are you having a minor miracle of flexibility here today? That would be good. That's outstanding. And breathe. You probably need about 3 or 4 deep breaths. You might have felt a reaction in the legs. It's normal, especially in the early days. But you know, that was pretty good. Can we take a break? Something I'd like to do to try and make your legs a little bit stronger. Are you ready? Here we go. Now for this one, you might like to put your hands just behind the hips. It gives you a little bit of support, which I think is very helpful. The challenge is to keep your neck, shoulders, trapezius, and the arm muscles fairly relaxed. The arms are there for a little bit of stability. Make sure your body doesn't move around too much. The real power is going to come from these muscles here. And I'm going to switch on some muscles in your legs that you might not have used ever before. Let's see how it feels. Now, as always, I'm going to rotate my pelvis, pull the tummy in, bring the ribs down. But I'm not going to lean back too far. In fact, my nose is just above the tummy, just above the navel. And that describes a shallow curve in my spine, and that minimizes the pressure in my back. So unlike the other 2 exercises, I'm going to keep my ribs a little bit closer to my knees. Now, just imagine my hands are in position. This is helpful for you to remain in a stable posture. I'm going to lift the heel just a little bit from the ground and just take it out. Just take it out to the side. Squeeze here and hold it for me, just for 3, just for 2, for 1. Bring it back and take it out again. A little bit further. Just holding here for 3. Can you feel those muscles working? For 2, for 1. Bring it back and take it out for me. Just for 3, just for 2, just for 1. Bring it back. 2 more. Out to the side. Just for 3, just for 2, just for 1. Bringing it back. Last one. Out there for 5. Feel it working. Just for 4. These muscles are doing so well. For 3, for 2, for 1. Bring it back and try the other leg. Taking it out to the side, just holding it here, just for 3. It's right here for 2. New muscles kicking in for 1. Bringing it back and swinging it out. Just here, just for 3. It's just off the ground for 2. For 1, bringing it back. And out again, just for 3. Just for 2. Just for 1. We're going to do 2 more. Out to the side. New muscles kicking in, just for 3. For 2, for 1. Bring it back. Last one. Here, just for 5. Ooh, feel those muscles working. For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Bring it back, give it a shake. Now, bring the body forwards and up. Extend the hands, shout out, we love Pilates, and make a beautiful stretch all the way forwards and just relax. You need some deep breathing because these are big muscles. You've used some muscles that might not have been used before. Give your body a chance to recover. You're good. You're very good. Are you enjoying it? Well, let's have a change of position and do something that is perhaps a little easier, or not, as the case may be. Okay, I think you're ready for a change in position. You can see that I'm sitting comfortably on my mat. I've bent my knees, I've curved the spine. I'm going to grab the back of the legs, pull the feet in, pick up those feet. Body's not shaking. All the weight is in the core. In fact, this should feel like your body's weightless. But we're not going to stay here too long. Going to drop the chin, pull the tummy in, going to roll down. Ooh, we're ready to do some exercises. Now I just stretch my arms out to the sides because that just feels really comfortable. If it doesn't work for your chest or arm muscles, you can always bring the hands down to your sides. However, in this position, I'm going to make the back of my neck a little bit longer, maybe bring the chin a little bit closer to that notch in the throat. Going to neutralize the upper body. I'm going to push the lower back into the floor, pull the tummy muscles in, and just lower the legs a little bit, and just see if I can hold these relaxed legs with the muscles here. That should feel pretty good. If it feels relaxing, you're in the right place. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make the feet a little bit wider and just do some gentle kicks. Can you do this? Of course you can. Just gently kicking. So easy. That's all I want you to do. Just keep kicking, push the lower back down, and enjoy this beautiful movement. The legs are pretty relaxed, and you're probably feeling you could do this all night long. Now what I'm going to do is bring the feet a little bit lower, increase the pressure in the lower back, so the abs have to work a little harder to hold the legs in position. Is that okay? Let's make it more fun. Feet about as wide as the elbows. That's a really good position. I'm adding some of the weight to the legs, to the obliques, opening out the hips, and it just feels like a really nice, easy exercise. Just moving those legs, breathing, of course. You know, you humans evolved to be able to move the legs like this for hours on end. We're super efficient runners. Boring, isn't it? Let's take a break. Let's just stop, put the feet down. I want you to gently extend the feet, extend the hands, rotate the pelvis, push the lower back into the ground. Some people prefer to do it with the knees bent. Just feel this grip from the abdomen, pushing the back into the ground, and then just very gently move the ribs a little bit further away from the waistline. Maybe push the fingers and the toes a little bit further. Just get this stretch working. Every cell, muscle and fiber included, and then we can relax. Now with your permission, I'm going to put your abs under some slightly more extreme pressure. Are you ready for that? Of course you are. We're going to bend the knees, pick up the feet, but this time the feet, the toes and the legs are much longer. I'm going to add the muscular tension of your legs to the weight of these limbs. Feet about as wide as the shoulders, just bring them down, push the back down, squeeze the abs in, ribs together. Lift the hands, then bring them away to about 45 degrees, lower the legs and super extend. Yeah, you're pushing out the fingertips, pushing out the toes, getting those core muscles to work. Now remember, if it starts to shake, that's a really good sign. Gonna hold it here. Just stretching out. Going to hold it maybe for 10 because it feels good. And for 9. And for 8. And 7. Is it comfortable? And 6. Super stretch, super squeeze. 5. 4. Push the back down. And 3. 2. 1. Bring the feet together. Just relax. What I want you to do is put your hand on the outside of this leg very gently. Bring the knees over and just look the other way. Make this stretch. Super comfortable. Take your time with it. Just breathe. I want you to feel that stretch through the waist, especially in the lower back. Wait for maybe 5-6 seconds, then very gently bring the legs up and change round to the other side. It'll feel good. Just that. Beautiful. Gentle stretch. Okay, now our sessions together would probably not be complete unless we took a few moments just to enjoy the relaxation session. So while you're lying down on the mat, you can either lie down on your back with your knees bent, your legs straight, or you can roll the knees gently over to the side. What I want you to do is to find a position on your mat that is really, really comfortable, where you can just take a few moments with me to relax a little more deeply, because we know that all of that stress and tension that you carry around with you isn't healthy, it's not good for you. And if we learn to listen to our bodies, the message that we're getting from our posture is we need to learn how to let go. We need to really relax. So the first thing is to find a position on the floor that is super comfortable, where you could almost fall asleep. If only I'd be quiet enough to let you drop off into a gentle doze. But if you're lying on the floor and feeling comfortable, then we can add something very special, because we're going to slow down the breathing. We're going to breathe a little more deeply, more slowly, and let that deeper breath help you to open up the rib cage very gently, so that when you breathe out, you feel that you can release all the weight of your body into the floor. It's just a moment when you can feel more comfortable. A moment where you can release all of the weight of your head, neck and shoulders. A moment for you to close your eyes and enjoy this sensation of relaxation. Enjoy this feeling of letting go, of releasing all of your weight into the floor. A moment when you can enjoy this beautiful sense of relaxing, releasing, just learning how to let go completely, releasing all of the weight of your body into the floor. You may even feel, as you breathe and relax, that the floor is beginning to absorb the weight of your body. It's such a delicious, comfortable feeling, a way for you to release all the weight of the body. And after 2 or 3 deeper, slower breaths, your body will begin to take over. Your body will happily release all of its weight. And this is when your body will release all the stress and tension. And you can feel the weight of all the pressures and challenges of life slipping away. The tension, the stress, melting, dissolving, slipping away into the floor. A moment for you to feel more centered, more balanced, more relaxed, more relaxed. A moment for you to enjoy your very own personal oasis of tranquility, a place that is so peaceful, so relaxing, so safe and comfortable, that now you're able to release all the weight of your body and release all the pressure and tension that you've been carrying with you. And this is a beautiful moment for you to release the weight of the past, a moment for you to free yourself from all the years that have brought you to this moment and this place. Just breathing, relaxing, and letting go of everything that you don't need. A way for you to free yourself completely from the past. And this is a moment when you begin to experience this wonderful sense of peace and freedom. This is a moment when the future begins to look and feel so much more positive, so much brighter, so much happier, so much healthier. A new way for you to feel, a new way for you to experience life, free from the habit of stress, calmer, stronger, more creative, more confident, the natural way for you to express yourself every day, a new way of feeling. And as you breathe and relax and release all the weight of the past, your body feels younger, feels stronger. It feels energized, more vigorous and more vital. A new way for you to appreciate the power of this new wonderful sense of well-being. And the best moment for your body to remember this feeling of deep calm and relaxation is when you get ready for bed. And when you get ready for bed in the evening, your body naturally and automatically relaxes and releases all the stress and tension of the day, so that as soon as your head touches the soft, comfortable pillow, you slip gently into a deep and wonderful sleep. A sleep where your body heals itself, renews itself, rejuvenates itself. Perhaps you'll have beautiful dreams. And when you wake up in the morning, you know you're going to feel energized and refreshed, so alive, peaceful, calm, confident, and ready to face whatever the day may bring. And this is your new way of sleeping. This is your new way of waking up in the morning. Your new way to enjoy life to the full every day. Because we are turning down the stress and we're turning up the enjoyment. Feels good. And if this feeling is helping you to enjoy a state of natural, deeper relaxation, a moment when you can free yourself from those old habits of stress, allowing yourself to feel fresh, young, strong, confident, vigorous, full of life, a renewed confidence, a renewed sense of enjoyment, then this is your new way of experiencing life every day. So let's just take in another gentle, deep breath, feeling the air rushing into the lungs, energizing the body. And then, as you breathe out, we're ready to wake up. We're ready to emerge from our state of relaxation. We're ready to hold on to this new feeling of power and strength, vitality and energy. And when you're ready, let's just open your eyes and take a few moments just to let the system rebalance. Just going to let your mind and your body, your emotions play catch up. Because if you felt like falling asleep, that's a pretty good indication that you have successfully released the stress and tension that you were carrying with you when we started the class. For me, this is one of the most important things we do. It's giving the body this very special opportunity to let go, to release all that stress and tension. Hey, the stress, it's not good for us. The tension isn't normal, it isn't natural. And your body feels so different, so much better once you learn to release the habit of stress and start to engage this whole new way of enjoying life to the full. Okay, well, now that we're awake, I think we better do a little bit more exercise, a little bit more flexibility work too. Are you ready? Come on, let's do it. Okay, as you can see, we just turned over onto our side so we can do some core stability work. Now, I'm not there to check on you, so I need your help with this because it's so important that you keep all the pressure, stress and tension away from your head, neck and shoulders. I usually encourage people to put the head on the shoulder, resist the temptation to sleep. You can use the upper hand in front of the body for support, fingertips or palm on the floor. But that's a challenge because I want the shoulder muscles relaxed. You can't stabilize the body from the shoulder. It's the muscles here that are doing the work. So the shoulder's pretty relaxed. Then we get to the really important stuff, which is hips lined up, pelvis rotated. If I was with you in doing this exercise in a one-on-one, I'd probably want to bring your legs forwards 20, 30 centimeters so the weight of the legs are now focused into the obliques and there is no pressure in your lower back. So do you remember the first rule? No pain. If your back feels uncomfortable, you just stop. No questions. Doesn't matter how experienced you are. We don't have any pain or pressure in the back. What we can do though is we can lift the legs up. You can see that position. I just want you to hold it for me. Is that okay? Yeah. I just want you to do some gentle kicks. Can you do that? Not too high. I'm not there to supervise, so I want to make sure this is super comfortable. Now, I've got my hand in front for stability, but you know, sometimes when people put the fingertips right in here, they can feel the obliques working. So, are you counting? Well, I guess I should. 4, 5. I'm a horrible counter, aren't I? 6, 7, 8, 9. Bigger kicks. 10. Should we do it again? Why not? 10, 9, 8. 8, 7, 6. I don't want to make it too easy for you. 6, 5, 4. Sing along. 3, 2, 1. Bend. And collapse. You've done some good work today. I don't want to finish the session with anything that's too heavy. Some of you may have to go back to work after this. But the important thing is you've done a little bit of work there just for the obliques, and I'm hoping it's working. Do you know what we should do now? Turn over onto the other side. It doesn't get easier. But this is sometimes a surprise because this is when you discover the two sides really are very different. But that's why it's important to maintain the same rules. Just because you know what's coming doesn't mean we can ignore the lower back. If it feels uncomfortable for any reason, you just stop, okay? So, we get into the zone. Oh, this feels comfortable. Head's on the shoulder. We can lift up the legs. We keep them forwards. That's a good position. Feel these muscles working. Just lift them up and see if you can kick. You're probably thinking this is way too easy, but these muscles should be reacting. Oh yeah, and you have to breathe as well. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Always get stuck here. Oh yeah. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to do it again just for fun. Can you still see me? Are you still with me? Or have you stopped to have a coffee or a beer? Let's keep doing the exercise. 10, 9, 8, and 8, 7, 6. This is fun. 6, and 3, 2, 1, and collapse. Whew. That was way too easy for you, wasn't it? Tell the truth. Do you know what we're going to do? We're going to use this top hand. Yes, lift up onto the elbow. We're going to bring ourselves back into the seated position. And from here, I think we're ready to do a little bit of stretching. There's something I'm curious about. We've been testing our range of flexibility from the start to see if it's possible to reach a little bit further. But one of the tricks that we were playing with right at the start was this ability to move the weight more away from the derriere and onto these points at the top of the legs. This ability to bring the ribs forwards an upper fraction, changing the way the weight is distributed across the back. In principle, we want to eliminate all the weight from the head, neck, back and shoulders. It goes into the core where the body feels super relaxed. What I'm going to do is just lift my ribs, breathe out, pull the tummy in, reach as far forwards as possible. And you know, if you're reaching a little bit further than before, that's a fantastic sign of progress. Well done. Hey, let's put that into a slightly different position. When we sit back up, we're going to get the feet apart, but not too far. Sometimes when people get the leg way too far out, these muscles are too tense. You know, for stretching, less is more. And for some of you wonderful people, you might enjoy this more if you bend the knees a little bit. Really? Yeah. So you neutralize the legs, put the focus into the lower back. Just as we did a second ago, where we were moving the weight forwards. See how the ribs move forwards and up? Now my body's in the neutral position where I've got zero weight tensional pressure in my back, neck and shoulders. How can I tell? Well, two things. First of all, my body feels super light. Yeah, it does. Secondly, there is no tension in the legs. Because when your back is tense, the legs try to join in. Conversely, no pressure in the back, no pressure in the legs. I'm going to stretch the arms out, but that's only because I'm pleased to see you and I'm glad you joined me for this exercise session. I lift the hands up, I'm going to breathe out, lift my ribs, ka-chong, pulling the tummy in. I'm going to reach gently, gently as far forwards as possible. Come on, you can touch my fingertips. You're getting closer. Then I'm going to relax my head, neck and shoulders, put the fingertips down onto the floor, walk the fingertips forwards, and just relax. Now, there's a little bit of a myth about bringing the elbows to the ground. That's not a good idea. You don't need to push the elbows down. The idea is to go as far forwards as possible. We want to lengthen the spine rather than compress it by pushing down. So, going forwards is the key. And it should feel really comfortable. From here, I can bring my hands back, breathe out, relax the shoulders, and use the hands to push the body back up. It's so easy. Let's bring the feet together. Do you know when we're working together, we use this moment just to imagine that the body is weightless. Because these principles, these Pilates techniques, which we use in class, guess what? They apply all the time. They apply everywhere. Now what I'd like to do is I want to move into our favorite cool down position. And it's just about the way that you position your feet. So what we're going to do, you can stand on a mat or you can stand on the floor. It's entirely up to you. But what I want to do is put one foot in front of the other. Yeah, it's a very silly position for the feet, isn't it? I want to line up the hips, rotate the pelvis. What do I do next? I let go. I let go. I need to relax my feet, the ankles. Whoa, stop right there. Let's just remember one thing. Balance is totally natural for humans. What is not natural is all the tension in the body that makes balancing feel so difficult. So the moment that I relax the feet, the knees, the hips, the glutes, the legs, the shoulders, the back, the entire structure, yes, I've adjusted the position. I made my hips more into this aligned point here, this aligned position. I rotated the pelvis to get the pressure from my back. The tummy muscles are pulling in very gently. Do you know what happens? Something very interesting. My body feels balanced. Well, that's natural. That's a revolution. But it feels so much lighter because I've just eliminated all that resistance from my posture. One of the ways that we can check progress is very strange, and it's the perception of how the weight is being transferred through the feet. When I first came across this, I was very cynical and I thought it was just nuts until I felt it. And it's this feeling that there is less weight in your feet. Now, of course, the body's weight is still going down through the floor, through the feet, but it's the perception of weight that changes everything. The more relaxed I am, the less weight I feel in my feet. You have to experience this. Now, if you've still got more weight in one foot than the other, the chances are the supporting leg, the glute on that side of your back are tense. When you release them, it releases weight from the feet. In theory, we're trying to put the weight into the core where it belongs. So you have a perception that the body is much, much lighter. But you know why we're doing this? When you release all of this physical tension in your body, you start to feel much calmer. You are turning down the stress response. You are physically manipulating the body's stress response and giving it a simple instruction to let go. This changes everything. This is fantastically important for your health, for your immune system, for your cognitive function. You begin to feel so much more centered, calm, and balanced just by learning how to relax. Because I've got one foot in front of the other, this is a very unusual position for us to stand in. And the only way this can work is if I let go. I can't micromanage my balance. I don't need to, because my body has evolved to have pretty cool balance. Walking on two legs is very complex. So I've got this tremendous advantage from evolution that gives us the ability to feel naturally balanced. And it happens when we remember to relax the head, the neck, the jaw, the shoulders, the back, the glutes. Just let go. Wow. And then the body feels super light. You have to experience it to appreciate it. But I'd like this to be your new way of feeling. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to gently pull the abs in, lift my ribs up, relax the shoulders. The big challenge is to keep the weight away from the feet as we make this very gentle. Do you know what word we use? We say it's a fluid descent down towards the ground. The great thing is, because we've relaxed, taken a moment to release the pressure, the stretch can feel incredibly comfortable. Then I'm going to breathe out again, pull the tummy in, and gently uncurl the spine. No weight in the feet. We change position, line up the hips, rotate the pelvis, and relax. One of the things we're trying to share here is your body's natural ability to be free from all the crazy excessive stress we carry around. When you're moving, I'd love it if your body felt lighter. It's not like it weighs 2.5 tons. That's very much a product of posture and the stress in all those tight muscles. When you release that pressure, you breathe more easily, and life feels very different. Just check out your feet. Most of you are going to have more weight in one foot than the other. You can't change that by moving your weight backwards and forwards. We change it by letting go. And this is wonderful. One breath, and you can switch off all that stress and pressure. Suddenly balance is easy, balance is normal. There's no challenge to it, you just feel super light. The world looks like a very different place. You've turned off the stress, anxiety and fear. You've turned up your perception. This is how humans flourish. This is a much more wonderful way to experience life, with one breath and learning how to release all the tension. And it's directly connected to Pilates, because Pilates is an extension of the most natural way of enjoying the body's abilities. Hey, tummy's pulling in gently, glutes relaxed, ribs are up, chin's down. Feet, it's like I don't have feet. It's that slow, gentle, what word did we use? Fluid descent, like water flowing down a hill. Ooh, it feels good. You're only going to go as far as your body will allow, and it should feel super comfortable. We stay for a few moments, we can breathe, we relax, we pull the tummy in, and we gently uncurl the spine. Wow, how easy was that? Now from here I'm going to just bring my feet together and just see if it's possible to enjoy the sense of natural balance, as if we have less weight in the feet. Crazy, isn't it? But it's a really nice feeling, and your body will start sending you thank you notes because it starts to feel so good for your health and well-being. Everything is relaxed, hips are lined up, pelvis gently rotated, shoulders are wide and relaxed. And I'm going to see if I can pick up my arms. Now I'm hoping after all the work we've done that your arms are feeling super light. Greg, yeah? Why are we lifting the arms? Good question. It's not for the arms, it's to lift your ribs, to feel these muscles tightening and lengthening. Because I'm going to use these muscles to lift up my heels. To do what? As I lift the ribs, I feel the heels floating up. As soon as you lift up onto the tippy toes, you're going to tense up. And I want you to be able to relax. Just relax the entire body so it starts to feel like it's weightless. Remember, you've got great natural balance, and it shows up when the body is super relaxed. Now I'm on my tippy toes, but I don't feel my weight being pushed down through the feet into the floor. My body feels super light. The balance is easy. I don't have to think about it. It shows up when I get into this natural human condition of being super aware and super relaxed. Switching off the stress response. Do you know, I think you've done a really good workout. Keep the heels up, bring the arms and the shoulders gently down. And when you're ready, a little bit of pressure here to control it, glutes relaxed, just bring those heels down. We've got touchdown. And can I just say thank you so much for joining me today, and congratulations for doing such a good class. I'll see you again soon.